Hello, I'm Mike Cisco and welcome to IT Manager Quick Tips. This is number 3, supporting IT employees. At the end of the program, you'll get a free download link that's a 5x7 card that reinforces what I'm about to talk about. All right, let me ask you 2 questions. Number 1, are you supporting your employees? And number 2, do you know how to support IT employees? Well, I'm about to give you 10 things to do, 10 very specific things that you can do that shows that you're going to support your IT employees. Number 1, give credit and take blame. You want to give your employees credit for successes and you take the hit or the blame for problems and failures. Coach them on improvement and correcting problematic issues, but you need to take responsibility as the manager. An example, when a client calls you and is raving about what a great job your IT organization did on a certain project or for something, give credit to your employees. Likewise, if a client calls you and is complaining about a problem, you take the ownership. You do not want to be a transparent manager. What a transparent manager does is he basically takes the credit and then passes the blame to someone else. In other words, he's never really at fault. Set the example of taking responsibility and ownership of issues and teach your employees to do the same. Number 2, step up to problem employees. Sooner or later, you're going to have a problem employee in your organization. When you do, you have to step up to the issue. Everyone is watching you and waiting to see if you do anything. And if you don't do anything, you're losing credibility if you don't address that problem issue. So not only with your employees, but also with the clients and maybe even senior managers you're losing credibility with. Dealing with a problem employee is not only supporting the other employees of your organization, it's also supporting the problem employee. By helping that person address his or her issues and become more successful, or maybe you're having to push them out of the business because they're not going to be successful in your company. Either way, you've got to step up to the problem situation. Number 3, manage client expectations. No one likes getting beat up by a client because we're not doing good things, and a big part of that is managing expectations. There's 2 things here. You got to manage the client expectations so your team can over-deliver. This means being conservative in what you commit to your clients. Your clients are department managers and their employees and senior managers of your company. And the second is dealing with a problem or challenging client. This is a key part of supporting your employees. So you've got to manage client expectations. A big part of having a problem client usually comes back to not managing expectations very well. To do that, commitments should include some buffer or some leeway. Commitment in time frames, commitment in how much you're going to do, commitment in budget or cost of things, and things like that. Try to position IT to over-deliver and teach your employees the importance in doing this. No one gets upset if you deliver something faster than you said it would be delivered or under the cost of what you thought it was going to be. Someone's always going to be concerned if you're late or if you're over budget. Number 4, train and educate. Training and education is huge for IT employees. It really is. It's one of the top reasons why IT employees stay with a company. It always ranks in the top 3 reasons as to why IT employees stay with a company. Every IT employee should have a training and education focus in their annual performance plan. What I like to do is begin by developing an overall IT organization training plan and then fine-tune it by taking a look at each individual employee's training needs and opportunities so that I've got an individual training program for each of my employees. Investing in training and education builds a stronger and deeper IT organization. It sends a message, we're investing in you. Some managers worry that training their employees creates a risk of losing them. I disagree with that completely. What I've seen and what I've experienced is that it actually creates loyalty and your employees stay with you because they know you're willing to invest in them. Number 5, show respect. Respect works both ways. You get respect when you give respect. Employees can sense if you really respect what they are doing or not. When I think of respect, I always think of a movie The Gladiator with Russell Crowe. It's the reason I've got the Roman Colosseum image here. In the first 5 minutes, there are 15 management principles, plus you see a great example of respect. I wrote about this in my IT Lever blog, and you can read about it if you go to itlever.com and do a search on Gladiator. Granted, it's a movie, but it illustrates respect between manager and employee and vice versa. The foot soldiers respect General Maximus because he leads by example and he demonstrates sincere respect for them. He cares about what they do to help him win battles. And you see that as he walks through the lines. One of my favorite scenes, for example, is when he's walking through the troops before going into battle. You see the respect between him and his foot soldiers vividly. It's a good lesson for IT managers and the need to show your employees you appreciate what they're doing. Number 6, encourage. People do better when you encourage them and give them positive feedback. It gives them confidence, it reinforces positives and helps maintain a positive attitude, especially when it comes to their manager giving them this encouragement. It probably means a lot more than you think it does. Encouragement is powerful. It's important to make positive, constructive comments to your employees, to the individuals and to the team. And notice when something happens that's good. It's important that you notice that. Your positive recognition and encouragement spills over to other employees. This is good stuff. Coach fundamentals. Outstanding organizations in any field, they do the fundamentals of what it takes to be successful in that industry or that organization. They do the fundamentals well. Look at any successful professional sports team. At the beginning of training season, every time they always focus on the fundamentals, even at the highest level. You want to remember this phrase, little things done well make big impacts. They really do. So what are IT fundamentals? Well, a big one is follow-up. It's huge. When people commit something to a client, you need to make sure that they write it down and they follow up and close it out. Because if they don't, they're losing credibility themselves and they're losing credibility for your IT organization. Being proactive to work on a project task or taking care of an issue as opposed to waiting till the last minute to do that. Communicating well. Being conservative in making commitments. Teamwork, working as a team and supporting one another. Doing quality work. Doing something where you do it right the first time and don't have to come back and polish it up or fix it later because you did a poor quality job. And in completing tasks on time, proactively and so forth. A team that does the fundamentals of their profession well will have real success. It's true in any organization, especially true in IT. Motivate. Employees are basically motivated, but they may not realize it. A lot of employees don't really realize they're motivated. I think they are, but they don't understand it or realize it. Our job as managers is to tap into this part and bring it out of them. It doesn't take as much as you think. I have a class titled Motivate and Develop IT Employees. You might want to take a look at it. It's in my Practical IT Manager series. You can get that becoming a gold member of my program. You can learn more about that at itmanagerinstitute.com. Their key things are to provide positive reinforcement and recognize and invest in your employee. I mentioned how training and education, how big that is for IT employees a minute ago. Believe me, it's real motivation material. Training and education is powerful. Motivating is more about paying attention and doing things for your employees than anything. You want to help employees experience and appreciate the little things. It will make a big difference. Supporting your employees is a big part of motivating them. Reward. Recognition of a job well done goes a long way, and it can be any type of recognition actually. Rewards or recognition don't have to cost a lot of money like in the image that I show here. It's more about taking action to recognize someone or to acknowledge something positive than anything. Spread awards around when you give rewards. Don't just give them to your best people. It's very easy to do that to your strongest people. But lesser talented people in your organization work just as hard. They work very hard, just like the senior people do, but they can't accomplish as much as your superstars do. So it's very easy to give the award to your superstars. Be careful about that. That could be sending the wrong message to your employees. The message would be, to receive an award from me, you have to be the very best. Don't want to do that. So you want to spread your awards around. Reward individuals, teams, and your entire IT organization. One of the things that I like to do is to give out rewards and recognition in every IT staff meeting. So in every IT staff meeting, one piece of the agenda is going to be recognition. It goes a long way. Number 10, give them your time. Make yourself available. You do this in many ways. Staff meetings, team meetings, performance planning and review sessions, coaching sessions, being accessible to them, walking around and visiting in their work area. You need to be accessible, not sitting in your office all the time working on things that you want to work on. You need to be accessible to your employees. And you want to develop relationships with your employees so they feel comfortable bringing things to you, discussing issues, and so on. It helps you build a stronger team. Your job as manager is to provide direction and leadership, but it's also to be available so you can be supportive of the needs of your team and the individuals on that team. All right, well, supporting your employees does 4 key things. It builds a stronger team. It really does. It not only builds stronger people individually, but it builds stronger depth within the team so that you've got backup and flexibility to do things because you've got a stronger overall team. It boosts morale. Training and education and the things that you do that provides recognition and those kinds of things boost morale with the individuals on that team. And when people are really highly motivated, they do more for you. It improves productivity. That alone says that they'll do more for you because it improves their productivity. And the reason they're more productive is because they're motivated, they're positive, and they've got positive energy. They're going to get more done. And the last one is it creates loyalty. Again, I mentioned this a minute ago. Some people don't want to train and educate their employees because they're afraid that it'll train them to be able to move to some other company. Wrong. What it does, it creates loyalty. It creates people who want to stay with that manager and work with and for that manager because that manager's investing in that person, developing them, and so forth. It creates strong loyalty within the team. All right, I gave you 10 things to support employees, so let's go back through them real quick and summarize. Number 1, give credit and take blame. That's Management Principle 101. Give your employees credit and you take the blame for problems or failures. Now, if you have a failure, obviously you want to go have a coaching session with that employee who caused that, but the bottom line is you give credit to your employees and you take the hit and then take care of it in coaching one-on-one. Step up to problem employees to support your other employees and to support the problem employee, actually. Manage client expectations. Big part of supporting your employees is managing the client's expectations. If you've got a problematic client, deal with that client to support your employees. Training and educate your employees. Big. Not only big from an investment in them, but also big from a motivational factor. Show respect. You get respect when you give respect. So even the lowest paid person on your staff, just like in the movie The Gladiator, the lowest person on your staff, you need to show them respect and appreciation for what they do to help your IT organization succeed. Encourage. You want to encourage all your people and individually. That helps them have a positive attitude and motivates them. Coach them fundamentals. Coach them on how to do their job. Don't necessarily assume they know how to do their job. Coach them the fundamentals of what it takes to be a successful IT organization. And then motivate them. Do things that's going to motivate your employees, and a big part of that are things like rewards and other types of things. And then finally, make sure you make yourself available and give them some of your time because that's going to be important. These 10 key things are very important. If you do these things, you're going to get some good results in terms of supporting your employees. All right, I told you there was a free download. If you go to mde.net/supportemployees.pdf, you'll get a 5x7 card that lists these 10 key to-dos to support your IT employees. mde.net/supportemployees.pdf. Support employees is one word. I have 4 key segments in the IT Manager Institute channel. There's quick tips like this video we just did. There's IT Management 101. I take many of the IT Manager Training Series videos for that one. IT Humor and whiteboard lessons. So take a look at those, subscribe, and you'll get updates when I post new ones every week. I want to thank you, and I appreciate your attending. If you're interested in IT Manager resources, take a look at my website, itmanagerinstitute.com. And again, I wish you the best of success, and I hope you'll subscribe to my IT Manager channel on YouTube. Thanks again.